July 1969. An MIT programmer stands beside a stack of code listings taller than she is. Her name is Margaret Hamilton. Inside those pages, the software that took humans to the moon. And it worked. Not once did it fail. Hamilton did two things. She coined the term software engineering, and she treated code like a mathematical theorem. What if that rigor could reach the software that affects you every day? June 1996. The Ariane 5 rocket lifts off from French Guiana. 37 seconds later, it explodes. $370 million at the bottom of the Atlantic. 10 years of work turned to smoke. The cause? A single line of code. A 64-bit number being converted into 16 bits. When it grew larger than expected, the system didn't adapt. It sent impossible commands to the main engine. Manual review didn't catch it. Formal verification would have, in seconds. But Ariane 5, like most of the software you know, was handwritten, eye-reviewed, and crossed its fingers. After Ariane, something changed in places where failure wasn't an option. Airbus, the Paris Metro, nuclear reactors, the security chip in your bank card, all of them use formal verification today. Tools with austere names, Coke, Isabel, TLA+, expensive, for specialists only. Verifying a 1,000-line program can take months. Outside those contexts, software keeps doing, without thinking. 60 years later, the rule hasn't changed. In April 2026, Artemis II returned from orbiting the moon with 4 astronauts. Its critical systems were formally verified before liftoff. In space, a bug isn't an inconvenience. It's a coffin drifting in the void. But if formal verification has existed for decades, why isn't it in your bank, in your hospital, in your car? Because it's expensive, slow, and the industry wasn't willing to pay for it. This is where Tau language comes in. You don't tell the system what to do, you tell it what must be true, and Tau's engine finds the program that satisfies it. 2 keywords explain almost everything. Always. A condition that can never break. Sometimes. A condition that must hold at least once. With just these 2 operators, you can formally describe surprisingly complex systems. Because almost any real problem is a combination of this must always hold, and this must happen at some point. You don't write code, you specify rules, and the machine does the rest. One uncomfortable question remains. How does the system know what you describe is possible? What if your conditions contradict each other? Tau has a name for this. Satisfiability. A specification is satisfiable if at least one solution exists that meets it. Before synthesizing anything, Tau verifies that what you asked for is mathematically possible. In any language you've used, you can write valid code that produces impossible results. Tau catches them before they run. Let's put it together. You describe what must be true. Tau verifies it's possible. The engine synthesizes the program. Mathematical logic finds it. No developer writes it. If your specification is satisfiable, the result is correct by construction, not as a goal, as a guarantee. That's what Hamilton wanted for Apollo, and what Tau language wants to bring to the software that surrounds you, a language that thinks instead of doing. The moment of honesty. Computer science history is full of declarative languages that were technically superior, but never reached mass adoption. Prolog, Haskell, Datalog, all elegant, all with small communities. Technical excellence has never been enough on its own. Thinking declaratively is counterintuitive. We've spent decades training programmers to give step-by-step instructions. Switching to describe the outcome and let the machine find the path is a real mental leap. That's Tau's bet. Ambitious and hard to win. Hamilton had it clear. Critical code isn't tested until it passes. It's designed until it cannot fail. Design, prove, fly. In 1969, that way of thinking was exceptional. In 2026, it's what protects every crewed mission. If rockets deserve proven code, Maybe you do too.